Tale of the Three Apples. Synopsis. A man mistakenly killed his wife when a slave tricked him, telling him that his wife was his mistress. The slave had a rare apple, the one he showed as proof. The vizier Jafar finds out it was one of his slaves, but asks the caliph pardon, because it is not as wondrous as one of his slaves. In the chronicles of the ancient dynasty of Sassanid, there was a sultan who loved his wife more than anything else in the world. But then one day, he accidentally found out that his wife, whom he loved so much, was cheating on him. The Sultan was tormented, but being obliged by the law, he killed his wife. From then on, the Sultan married the virgin every day and killed them on the next day, until one day, the Grand Vizier can no longer find the virgin whom the Sultan was marrying.
Every woman is as wicked as the Sultana. If only a few of them live in this world, it is better. If only I could find them out and kill each one of them. Every night, bring me a fresh woman and dispose her body in the morning.
I understand, sir, but it seems like we have a problem. I have looked all over the places to look for another maiden you can marry, and I'm afraid I've searched none like you. I think we have despised all the virgins now.
Really? There should be one left. There are many of them. They must be hiding. You should find them and bring them here.
As you wish, Your Highness.
Even though the Grand Vizier was unhappy and was forced to do the Sultan's task for him, it was his duty to provide the Sultan a wife. He himself is the father of two daughters, Scheherazade, the eldest, courageous and clever one, and Dinarzade, the youngest. Scheherazade learned of this and decided to offer herself. The Vizier, on the other hand, declined the idea, afraid of the fate his beloved daughter might end up.
Father! You said you will not refuse my wish, and my only wish is to be the Sultan's wife. Have you lost your senses? That would mean I have to do plunge a dagger in your heart if the Sultan asks me to. Once again, Father, I have made my decision, and my decision is to be the Sultan's wife. That's final.
So the Grand Vizier was obliged to grant his daughter's wish, even if it's against his will. The following evening, he sent his daughter to the Sultan.
You made up your mind to sacrifice your own daughter.
It was her wish, and even the sad fate that awaits her will not hold her down.
Remember, you will have to take her life yourself. If you refuse, I swear that your head shall pay for it.
I understand, sir. Though I am a father, I am still your subject.
After the ceremony, the Sultan and Scheherazade were left alone. asked the Sultan to grant her sister, Dinarzade's wish to sleep in the same room with her, for it will be their last time together. The Sultan granted her last wish, and an hour before daybreak, Dinarzade woke up and does as she promised to Scheherazade.
My dear sister, if you will let us sleep, tell me I pray you before the sun rises, one of your charming songs. It is the last time that I shall have the pleasure of hearing you.
Will your highness permit me to do as my sister asks? Yes, I make an exception. I am to endure, not to be for just a night. I'll make this night the start of a lifetime. I am worth more than I make. I shall be the last one is going to marry. Yes, he might be clever, but I will endure. I crush exactly to his deepest war. I am going to tell you the tale of 3 hours. Long time ago, there lived a caliph having our shepherds just the right to his people. One day, he summoned his vizier, Jafar.
I desire to go down into the sea and question the common folk concerning the conduct of those charged with governments. And those of whom they complain, we will depose from the office. And those of whom they commend, we shall promote. Drinking and vigilance. No.
For Wabi's provision, it never pledged me. It's likely a doomsday to draw bill at sight. Oh, poor indeed! Doth it play with the poor, with his pauper existence and beggarly blight.
And note his voices, for surely they point to his necessities. Oh, she must be compassion.
Oh my lord! I'm a fisherman, and I have a family to keep. I have been out between midday and this time. I still have nothing to feed my family. I can't even afford to buy them supper. I hate and disgust this life!
Return to the river of Tigris and cast your net. On my luck, for whatsoever you bring me, I shall buy for 100 gold pieces.
On my great, I will go back to you.
The fisherman was delighted to hear the caliph's word immediately, to go back to the river and cast his net. Soon, he found a chest and gave it to the caliph in exchange of his reward.
Take this chest that I found as a sign of allegiance.
But one should be heavy. Here, take those 200 dinars, go home, and buy your family a supper.
Thank you for your benevolence, my lord.
Wala! What a murder happened and was cast down into the rain to be a burden and responsibility for us. By Allah, we must avenge this woman on her murder, and he shall die the worst of deaths. Jafar, bring me the murderer here, or in 3 days, I will hang you at the gate of my palace, you and third of your family by your side.
nights have passed. Jafar lied on the couch and did not fulfill his task. He thinks of the fisherman they met and explained the more miserable life. The time has come for judgment to be done. He brought no murderer. In fear, he was doomed.
Oh, Commander of Faithful, am I the inspector of the murdered woman that I should find who killed her?
How you want to get us balas?
No! 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 Have mercy!
Stop! Free that man and his family. I am the murderer. I am the one who slew the woman you found in the chest. So hang me for her and do her justice on me.
Stop! Do not believe this young man. I am the one who killed the woman.
This old man is lying. I am the one who murdered the woman.
My dear son, you were too young to be killed. Let me offer my life, and you may live in this world. So hang me there, for I am the murderer of the damsel, and I have no life to live. Now that she is gone.
Both of them claims to be the murderer. Then hang them both!
But sir, that would be unfortunate for the other one who did not really murder the woman.
I am the one who slew the woman. She was my wife and my first cousin. This old man is her father. It's my uncle. My father's own brother. When I married her, I saw no evil in her eyes. She served me and loved me. But then, she grew ill. I would have bought an apple even it cost me gold piece each, but I couldn't find one.
I heard you were studying. When I no longer sang, I had to split and where apples saved in the garden of the faithful at Basora. What I kept it for the garden. But it would take you 15 days and nights.
Whatever it takes or costs me, I bear it for my wife.
Come, let us show you.
So the husband was accompanied by the gardener, and they traveled to Basora. At last, he found the 3 apples and bought it for 3 dinars. When he got home, he just let it lie by her side for her weakness. To his surprise, the fever had increased. He immediately left the house and went back to his shop. When midday came, a great, ugly, black slave passed by.
did those apples come from? I think I have something like that.
Are you asking me where did I get this apple? Big, round, delicious apple? I got it from my mistress, right? Because I have been absent. And in the garden, I found her lying ill with those 3 apples by her side. She said to me her husband journeyed to Basora and bought those apples for $3. So, I ate and drank it and took this one for them.
My wife! My wife! Where's the 3rd apple?
My husband, I know not where it is gone.
For the last time. Where's the 3rd apple?
I have no idea.
So the slave has spoken the truth! Do his business!
That's not true. No, please. No. I took one of the 3 apples and went out. Then came a black slave who snatched it from my hands. I cried and said, my father traveled far for it and brought it from Basora for my mother and went off with it.
And I love her. I love her. That I will give everything she's like. But my love has been so blinded that this night turned to her night, her nightmare. Ask for my love. Darkness. Darkness inside of me. All of me. She was shattered into pieces. 1,000 pieces. And I love her. I love her that I murdered her.
I shall know the truth. To kill you is unjust. To know about this is to do something about it. I shall find the murderer. I shall be the mirror of justice. Either it will haunt me a lifetime, it will be remembered by my head, it will question my conscience, myself as a caliph. I shall leave a legacy, the legacy of the righteous caliph. This young man is excusable. I will have that out with that lying slave. Jafar, bring me that slave here, or in 3 days. If you aren't able to bring that slave, you shall be slain.
3 debts. 3 debts were laid upon my bed. He who preserved my life at the first time can preserve it at the second time. By Allah! In 3 days, I should not live in my house and let the truth come out by itself. The greatest beauty of all is to obey something that I'm worth of. Never imagined it was as if it was a martyrdom. 3 days if it was the last. 3 leaves of a tree falling and justly on the ground, waiting to wither, to forget that true chord. Anxiety is everywhere, anxiety is everywhere, anxiety is everywhere, anxiety is everywhere. No certainty is defined. Anxiety is everywhere, anxiety is everywhere. I am hopeless. If only I could. I am hopeless if only I could make a caliph a shoe to make you feel a little bit of my anxiety.
Three days and nights had passed. Jafar lied on the couch and did not fulfill his task. He thinks of the man who killed his wife and exclaimed a more miserable life. The time has come for judgment to be done. He brought no murderer. In fear, he was doomed.
The commander of the faithful has sent me, and he swore that if ever you did not bring the murderer, you shall be slain.
I shall be careful to my family, since this day wasn't truly explained. Only little maiden, what's in your child?
Father, it was an apple with the name of our Lord Khalid who had it. I am her slave. Give it to me. 4 days ago, it sold to me for 2.5.
Bring Rayhan to me now! Where did you get this apple?
I did not steal that apple from your palace, nor from the gardens of the commander of faithful. In fact, 5 days ago, as I walked along one of the alleys of this city, I saw some children playing, and one of them had that apple. So I snatched it from him and beat him. He cried for the apple and begged that it was for his ill father, longing for that apple. He said to me his father bought those apples for 3 golden pieces, but I take them of his words. So I brought it here, and my little lady bought that apple for 2 dinars. This is the whole story.
Huh! He must be the murderer. 3 days and 3 nights? I can't believe this culprit lives in my house. I shall bring him to the caliph, and my life should be saved. But I can still find many servers. Hence, life comes once and never twice.
So the Caliph took the slave's life.
Jafar took his slave to the Caliph to tell the full story. Jafar. The Caliph marveled in extreme astonishment and laughed and fell on his throne. He ordered that the story be recorded and made available to the public.
But what happened next? Who should be put into death? Who should be punished, sister?
Calm down, my dear sister. You seem to have a lot of questions. It is evening already. Our Highness should now be at peace for a sleep. Wait till the sun rises and I'll tell you who should be put in.
Hold on. The story's not over yet.
I know, sir, but I guess you should head on your room. The verdict lies to whoever heard the story. For now, I want to return the question to you. Is that who? Who should be punished for it? Who do you think might be?
I have no idea. I don't know who should be punished.
Don't rush into judgment with your sultan. You haven't often had to think about it. Let's just reserve this for another. Tina? Tina needs his rest.
Wait. Give me a clue. What should I do?
Just remember this. A king who's just and right his people will always be well. As the ruler of society, what will be your decision?
Dear sister, I am so happy to be in one of your stories again. But I am not happy to know the saddening fate that will bring us to you.
I myself still hold into the hope that it will be happening in the next.
Vizier! I know you will be pleased with what will I tell you. But do not take the life of your daughter just yet.
I'm so happy with your decision, sire. But what has come, sire?
Her stories. She makes me pray for more.
Ever since the night of their marriage, Scheherazade began to tell the Sultan tales, but does not end it. The Sultan, being eaten up by the curiosity, postpones her execution in order to hear the conclusions. But as soon as she finishes a tale, she only begins telling another tale. It happens again, and again, and again. And so it goes on for 1,001 nights. For the
you cannot